Hey everyone! So for today's ABCs of Oils, I'm going to be talking to you about this beautiful little bottle of goldenness, Helichrysum. And it is one of doTERRA's pricier oils. It comes in a 5 milliliter, but it's worth its weight in gold, in my opinion. From the doTERRA website, it talks about Helichrysum. Our variety is the Helichrysum italicum, and it's a small perennial herb with narrow silver leaves and flowers that form a cluster of golden yellow ball-shaped blossoms. So that's where the name is from. Helios meaning sun, and chrysos meaning gold, referring to the color of the flowers. So it's been used in ancient Greece for herbal health practices, and it's highly valued and sought after for its many health benefits, and it's best known for its restorative properties in the skin. It's also referred to as the everlasting or immortal flower, and so it's used in a lot of anti-aging products for its rejuvenating benefits to the skin, including doTERRA's Immortelle. This is my old bottle. They have a really pretty redesign I just saw on the website. So it is one of the ingredients in doTERRA's Immortelle, and that is because of its amazing benefits. It can reduce the appearance of blemishes, and it promotes a glowing, youthful complexion. So blemishes, wrinkles, it can also be used in a massage in the temples and the back of the neck for a soothing sensation. And Dr. Axe actually lists top 4 benefits from Dr. Axe of Helichrysum, and one of them is, the first one is brain and nerve system. So the Helichrysum actually has unique fat-soluble compounds that help support the nerve system. It has terpenoids, which are also found in frankincense, but actually Helichrysum has the highest levels of those terpenoids, and it's the #1 oil for nerve degeneration and nerve issues or cognitive issues. So think Alzheimer's, brain injury, concussion. You can diffuse it, you can rub it on the neck, or you can put it on the roof of your mouth with your thumb. It reduces inflammation. Second benefit, reduces inflammation, naturally reduces blood pressure and risk of coronary issues and a heart attack. So if you have, heart issues or heart issues running in your family, this could be a good oil to support your heart health, and hopefully break that cycle of those genetics. It supports liver detoxification. So it supports the breakdown of fatty acids and bile production during a detox or a cleanse. So if you're doing that doTERRA cleanse with the PB Assist, the GX Assist, rubbing it on the right lower bottom of your rib cage over where your liver is can help support your liver in detoxing. And then I feel like the most known use, kind of overall benefit and use of Helichrysum is in skincare, wounds, and infections. So anything from acne, blemishes, wrinkles, scarring, eczema, sunspots, or age spots, you can add it to your moisturizer. You can use the Immortelle. I'm not doing Immortelle today, but it has that Helichrysum in it, so you can use that Immortelle in your skincare routine, and it contains antioxidants that are fat soluble, so they can really absorb and be used in your skin. My actual favorite ways to use Helichrysum, I have 2 main blends that I actually like to use them in. One, they're similar but slightly different. So my first, the biggest one I use it on, I have like rollers with this blend all over the place because I have 3 boys, from almost 2 to 6.5. And we get lots of bumps, bruises, and bloody noses. And so I have a blend with Helichrysum, frankincense, lavender, and geranium. And when one of my kids gets a bloody nose, I roll it on the bridge of their nose and on the sides of their nose, and it literally is like a faucet being turned off. That bloody nose stops. If it doesn't stop right away, if it's a really persistent bloody nose, applying it a couple more times over the next, over about, 20 minutes. Usually it's gone before 20 minutes. I don't think I've had one stick around for 20 minutes. But I apply it a few times, and it's gone. And I've never had them recur. So it's not, a lot of times you get a bloody nose, it stops for a little bit, and then it, an hour or two later, it can, that wound reopens and it bleeds again. I also, my then 14-month-old was playing with my 6-year-old, and we have a lot of Nerf guns and Nerf swords, and of course my 6-year-old accidentally hit my 14-month-old right above the eye with the only hard part of this foam Nerf sword, right? The only part that was exposed and not covered in the foam. We had friends over, and I just look over, and my 14-month-old has blood pouring down his face. Wounds, split open his eyebrow, wounds up here because the skin is so thin, just bleed a ton. And I grabbed my Helichrysum. I didn't have time to find my roller bottle of my blend. I just grabbed my Helichrysum, tapped my finger to the top, and just wiped it over that wound. Not on it, just over it. And again, you guys, like a faucet turning off. I read on the Obsessed with Essentials group, someone's used it for fibroids, that heavy blood flow, during your monthly cycle. It's so great for that circulation and blood pressure and blood flow, and it really reduces that. And so it can stop bleeding wounds really quickly, which can sometimes save you a trip to the emergency room, right? Like when you have a wound above an eye or on an eyebrow or something like that where it's pouring blood, you think, I have to go to the emergency room, have to go to urgent care to get stitches. If you could stop the bleeding enough so that that wound can start to heal on its own, that could save you money as well as the time and the exposure in the emergency room. That's just a big hassle, as well as possibly traumatic for my 14-month-old having a doctor have to do stitches. So it's a pricey little bottle, but it's worth its price. And another thing, I've used it for friends who have had surgeries. So I will give them a little roller blend of Helichrysum, lavender, geranium, and white fir or Siberian fir, now that doTERRA has swapped that out. And that's just kind of like a wound healing blend. So that Helichrysum is really good for any sort of bruising. I had a friend who had to get regular blood tests done due to health concerns, and she would always end up with horrible bruising wherever they took the blood draws. And I gave her this bottle, and she would just put it on that bruising, and it would be gone so much faster than when she didn't use it. As well as a friend who had a cyst removed, so she had kind of like an open wound, and it was bandaged, but she would put this wound blend around it, and it would help reduce that itching with that white fir, Siberian fir, that's a little bit analgesic, as well as promote that healing with the lavender and geranium and the Helichrysum. Promote healing, reduce the bruising, and it just helped that whole process go a little bit faster. Like my 4.5-year-old says, oils help our bodies heal faster. And so it was nice to be able to give that to someone recovering from not even a serious surgery, but just a little procedure, and give them something that can help them with that recovery. So those are my favorite uses of Helichrysum. I'm sure maybe the whole anti-aging skin thing may become my favorite as I get older, but I'm trying to ignore it. So if you have any questions, I can try my best to answer them in the comments below, and I'll also post my little recipes for my 2 blends. And I apologize for the grainy video, but for some reason my webcam is just not great. So you can see and hear well enough, I think. So thanks for listening to all the cool stuff about Helichrysum, and I will see you guys later.